or security deposits are one of the biggest dilemmas of landlords in Chicago. Hi there, this is Gabby, your investor-friendly agent and property manager in Chicagoland. If you enjoyed this type of content, please subscribe and hit that like button. Today I will discuss the move-in fees versus security deposit. Renting out your residential property comes with risks. You need to find good tenants, draft lawful lease, and secure your investment from any damages. One of the biggest risks faced by landlords is property damages made by existing or outgoing renters. For this reason, landlords and property managers require the payment of either a move-in fee or a security deposit to defray the cost of repair and other expenses. So let's get down to business. What are the differences between the move-in fee versus the security deposit? Move-in fees are typically non-refundable and unregulated fees paid by new tenants upon lease signing. It covers the cost of accommodating and processing new tenants, such as changing directories and reprogramming security systems. They are favorable to tenants because they cost from 30% to 50% of 1 month's rent. And they are very liquid since they don't need to be deposited in a separate account required by Chicago laws. So for example, North Center's median rent of $2,010 on the low end of move-in fees is about $600, and on the higher end it's about $1,000. But with this option, you run the risks of less incentive for tenants to be careful with your property. And should there be serious repairs needed, the move-in fee might not suffice for the repair costs. Now let's talk about the security deposit. The industry standard is, of course, the security deposit. Unlike the move-in fee, it is fully refundable and also more costly. Tenants usually pay 1 to 2 months worth of rent. A tenant's credit score and other factors that we could talk about in other videos if you're interested determine the security deposit cost when the landlord runs a credit check. A low score could mean a higher amount owed and vice versa. Landlords are only allowed to use security deposits for 2 situations. If a tenant causes damage to the apartment beyond the normal wear and tear, or if a tenant fails to pay rent or fees and owes the landlord. The deposit will be returned after deductions for any property damages or outstanding rent owed when moving out. This instills the responsibility for tenants to take care of their rented space more because of the fear of losing the security deposit. But this could also cause friction between landlords and tenants, since tenants may not agree with findings during a move-out inspection, which I highly recommend you all do. And the biggest difference between move-in fees and security deposits is the regulations. Landlords must follow the Chicago Municipal Code and hold security deposit in a disclosed separate account in an institution based in Illinois, so they can return the money to the tenant within 30 days from the end of the lease. The landlord is also required to pay annual interest to the tenant on the security deposit. If the landlord does not comply with regulations like these, the authorities may require the landlord to give the renter up to twice the amount of the security deposit. So now, which one should you choose? A move-in fee or a security deposit? To wrap up your previous discussion, move-in fees are non-refundable, less costly, but not regulated. Unlike security deposits. Security deposits are refundable upon tenants move out, so they're heavily regulated. Security deposits are in the industry standard because they incentivize tenants to take care of the property. But move-in fees are slowly gaining popularity because they do not involve any administration or any regulations, especially here in Chicago. According to Domo, a small minority of landlords charge both a move-in fee and a security deposit. More than half of Chicago's landlords listed on Domo charge only move-in fees. Both move-in fees and security deposits are good for onboarding new tenants and securing your properties, but you should decide based on your experience and local regulations. Ensure that you have an efficient screening process for your tenants. This will save you a lot of headaches from legal fees. And the choice between fees or security deposits should depend on which one has garnered the most positive feedback in your local area. As always, you can find a link below to schedule a consultation with me. And I want to hear about what your thoughts are about move-in fees versus security deposits. And I want you to share all those thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, where's your future?